Oh, it's time, Dave.
Can't believe it's finally here. It's time for NunSense.
Yes, and Sister Marilyn Marie Ellerbrock is joining us this morning. We always look forward to our visit with her. She is the course director of faith formation at Little Flower. Good morning, Sister.
Good morning. It sounds like you guys are busy with all the events that you're putting out there.
I'm exhausted.
So I have a question for you.
Okay.
Do you have your Halloween costume ready?
Oh, no,
I'm wearing it right now.
It's next week.
I know.
I mean, people have been working for months on their costumes, and I think, you're behind the game if you're not ready. They put a lot of money and time and effort in.
Oh, no doubt about it. I'm going out as a radio show host.
Hey, that's a good one. That's a good one.
You stole my idea.
Actually, I was really thinking about this. The lengths that people go to disguise themselves as somebody else. Whether that's a ghost or a witch or whatever, and how they really study that person or character. And I thought, what would it be like if we spent that much time and effort on appearing as our favorite saints?
Amen.
We might not dress like them, but what if we lived in such a way that we would actually appear as those saints? So I kind of took me down the list of some of those. What if we cared for the poor the way St. Vincent de Paul did? Or what if we did little things with joy and love the way Therese did? Or we told others about Jesus the way Saints Peter and Paul did. Or one of my favorites, as a Sister of Notre Dame, what if I was known for my joy the way St. Julie, the smiling saint, was? So it just it got me thinking, and, to know, in order to live like them, I have to know them. And to know them, I have to know about them. So it encouraged me to just think about, when was the last time I read a life of a saint? Just picked one up and actually read it, or watched a video. I know in our world today, we don't always read. We listen to podcasts or we watch videos, but to learn about their lives and then to take it a step further and actually get to know them personally, to develop a relationship and a friendship with them. I remember once somebody encouraging me to have my own personal circle of saints. Who are those 5 or 6 saints that I just really, I call on them. They're my friends. I go to them, and I need to pray to them, to talk with them, to really encounter and share a relationship with them. And it doesn't mean I'm going to live exactly like they did. I'm not interested in living in first century Jerusalem. I would miss my amenities that we have today, or not necessarily another country or another state of life, but I can live the values and beliefs that they had. And, some may say, well, why do you want to live like the saints? I mean, what's the point? And for me, the point is, they're really good friends of Jesus. And if I live like they live, I'm going to live like he did. And isn't that what we're striving for, to live and love like Jesus? And, so it's more than putting on a costume, obviously. It's really adapting a whole way of life. And I think the really good news for me, the encouraging news, is that I can go to the saints for help in doing this. They're not sitting up there in the sky saying, see what you can do. They want nothing more than to have me experience what they now have in heaven. So they're right with me, cheering me on, helping me in any way that they can. And beyond that, the really good news is we don't have to wait until Halloween.
Yeah.
We can do this today. So I really do. I come back to, what costumes are we going to wear? What are we preparing for? And are we just going to let this opportunity go by?
And you got to believe that some of the elementary school students at St. Benedict's and elsewhere will have the opportunity to perhaps dress as a saint and come to school. Wouldn't that be cool?
I hope so. Yeah, absolutely. Wouldn't it change our world if suddenly saints appeared? And I don't know why we think they won't. It's not that saints lived centuries ago, as certainly we're aware of with Carlo Acutis, very recent, very real, very much a part of our lives. And so, who are the saints that 50, 60 years ago people are going to talk about living in Toledo, Ohio?
I love that. Many, many years ago, I was going through a little bit of a difficult time. Nothing too traumatic, but I was I remember walking outside and okay, I'm a little strange, but I was screaming out loud that who is going to walk with me with my head turned toward heaven, looking for which saint might be up to the task of accompanying me. And so I was literally crying out, who will walk with me? And the Lord was faithful to raise up a trio, in fact. I think probably more than that once he looked at who I am and what I needed. But in any case, it was clear. It was St. Joseph, it was St. Francis, and it was St. John Bosco. And I've stayed close to them ever since then. And I love that description that you just gave, Sister, of your circle of saints, and to have them know that they'll walk with you, know that they accompany you. But as you've described, we can act like them. We don't have to dress like them. Maybe we can on Halloween, but we definitely should be seeking to live the way that they live. And what a wonderful reminder to everybody during this time when we dress up as others.
Yeah, and that in many ways, living as the saints lived, living as Jesus did, we're really living as our true selves. It's not being a phony, dressing as in a costume. It's living the way we are really called to live, to be the saints, as Father Jason often reminds us, to be the saints that we are called to be.
Amen to that. So that's just a good reminder for us to approach maybe Halloween a little bit differently than the world does, but to take advantage of that main thrust of things, which is to look at something, imitate it, as St. Paul says, imitate me as I imitate Jesus. Hey, how about dressing up as St. Paul? He already invited you to.
There you go. Yeah. There you go.
Thank you very much, Sister. Oh, go ahead.
Absolutely. Thanks for the opportunity to reflect on this. It's always good for me to do, too.